You're looking at a human piston. Most elite rowers will sprint between 36 and 38 strokes a minute. But Logan just broke the 1,000 meter rowing machine world record with an astonishing rate of 44 strokes a minute average. So it even went higher than that. That's almost one stroke every single second for over 2.5 minutes under a 1 minute and 20 split. He just clocked 2 minutes 38.1 seconds for 1,000 meters. I wanted to know how a human body could hold that red line for so long without the engine exploding. I sent Logan 7 questions about his strategy, the intensity it must have felt, and obviously that insane rate. And he sent the answers. First, I had to know about Logan's lead up to the 1K world record attempt. You don't just wake up in the morning and think, today I'll do 2:38. So I asked him, how long have you specifically been training to break the 1K world record?
Hey, so I wouldn't say I've been specifically training too long to build my engine to take down the 1K record. I suppose a lot of the training we do, building strength in the weight room and all our erging and stuff over the years does correlate to getting faster on the erg. But when it comes to the 1K specific work, I suppose I haven't done too much. So more recently, in the last month, I have been doing some more sprint erging, like some 100 meters, 250 meters, 500 meters. And that gave me confidence because I improved a lot on those. Confidence to try and see if I can improve my 1K time and have a go at the record. So I guess the specific training really has been a couple of shorter anaerobic intervals recently, and then also just purely getting stronger in the weight room. I've seen some good gains in that, especially upper body, like weighted chin-ups and bench press, which I found a huge direct correlation from those improvements to max wattages, which has helped a lot for the 1K.
Obviously, Logan's overall time was absolutely incredible, but a lot of people are focusing on how high he was able to hold the rate for his entire 1K. So the question to Logan was, at what point did you realize that high rate piston style strategy was what would work best for him?
Yeah, so it was a high rating for the 1K. Honestly, wanted to probably rate a little bit lower. I struggled to I was thinking I wanted to hold good length because I knew towards the end I would need to bring the rate up again as the muscles fatigued.
Now, usually when the rate is that high, it's really hard to hold technique and you can easily lose control of the body. So, a question for Logan, how do you rate that high but still keep your stroke efficient and clean?
I guess like the style I do it is I want to practice what I do at low intensity and low rates, so that when I get up to that high rate and popping over at 44 strokes per minute, I've got a rhythm that's already been built, so I don't have to think about it, and subconsciously it's just there. So I'm very intentional in how I do my warm-ups and how I built my erging technique at a low rate so that it will translate. So the biggest one I found is just creating a good sequence, so making sure the arms are coming in at the same speed that they're going out at any rate, and that translates really well to high rate. And then you mentioned like a piston style of like rowing, like it's just tapping along, and I found I've enjoyed that a lot because I've got kind of relatively shorter legs and I guess a lot of rowers, and I guess I can use this dynamic rhythm of being quite explosive in the stroke, and then returning that energy that I've just produced in the stroke.
The 1K is in that no man's land. It's too short to go all out from that first stroke, but it's not long enough to get into a comfortable rhythm. So I wanted to get into the psychology of the pain. So I asked Logan, at around that 600 meter mark, what's the dark thoughts that might go through your head, and how do you push through them?
Yeah, the 1K is a really interesting distance. I found that first 300 meters flew by, all the adrenaline, caffeine, it just, felt easy. Definitely in the middle though, you're still producing a lot of power, and I'm not used to, holding that much power during the middle of a erg test. So that was truly a unique feeling, and I don't know, I just had to think about, I just used, breaking down how much time I had left. So I didn't think about how, say, 600 meters to go. I didn't think I had a whole 600 meters to go. I was just thinking, well, 400 meters in, I was about a minute in, and I just wanted to get from a minute in to a minute to go. So that's between 1 minute and 1 minute 40. So I was just trying to get through that no man's land and break down those little wins along the way and cross to the 500 and just tick off the small boxes and kind of take the mind off how much work I had to go.
Logan is an Olympic silver medalist, an amazing athlete on the water and on the rowing machine. So I asked, how does the mental intensity of sitting at the start line in an Olympic final versus staring at the monitor, looking down the barrel of breaking a 1,000 meter world record?
Yeah, it was. There's a bit of comparison between starting that erg and the pressure I felt to, I guess, an Olympic final. Olympic final, obviously a lot more hype around and build up and expectation and years leading into it. So there was a lot of nerves from that, but also I guess I was more prepared for that as well. Felt very confident that we did everything we could to be as fast as we could at the start line. For this test, I guess a lot of my friends and the support staff and everyone came to watch, which was really special, having that energy and having their support. But it also kind of, I just wanted to challenge myself and see how fast I could go. And I felt almost that pressure of making sure I had a good performance for them to watch too, which, they all would have been fine if I didn't do well, but it just, added an extra sense of nerves and expectation. But that's really good to practice that, and I'm quite comfortable in those positions now because I've experienced them a few times and visualized it and used to it. So overall it was nerve-wracking, but it was good fun.
I know a lot of the YAM squad are trying to break their 1K PBs, so who better to ask for some tips than the world record holder himself? So I asked Logan, what's one drill or workout that you'd recommend for anyone to shave seconds off their 1K PB?
The best workouts to do to improve your 1K time is just definitely shorter intervals, shorter than 1 kilometer intervals, so 500 meters or less, with I'd say 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 work rest ratios. So for example, I did a workout 750 meters with a 6-minute rest, followed by 500 meter with a 4-minute rest, and then 250 followed by 2-minute rest. So just doing shorter intervals than a 1K distance, but faster, trying to go faster than 1K race pace. And that's where you get the real adaptations, by going faster than your actual race pace. But to go faster, you need to obviously have more rest time and short intervals in the race pace. So doing that I think is the biggest way to improve a 1K time.
Now that the 1K world record is Logan's, is he done? I asked him, what's next on your list of impossible goals?
Yeah, I'd love to be going for more records and challenging personal bests on all my erg distances, but unfortunately I've got a period of rest now, dealing with health issues. So actually the day after the 1K I had a surgery that was pre-planned, hence why I kind of did the 1K as like kind of like a last hurrah. And then so now I'm actually in a period of rest and not being able to train. Not sure how my training will look like, but it'll be at least a couple of months. So no more erging for the foreseeable future, and but future years I'd love to have a go at a range of ergs and see just how good I can be. And I love pushing myself, challenging myself, and getting personal best. So that's the goal.
Thank you, Logan, for your time and sharing the answers with me and now the YAM squad. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. 2:38.1 for 1,000 meters is absolutely incredible, and I'm excited to see where things can go. But get this, not only has Logan broke the 1K world record, but Olli Zeidler has also broke the 2K world record, and also before that, there was the 5K record and the 6K world record on the rowing machine. While Logan was sending it to break the 1K world record, Olli Zeidler just became the first man to go sub 5:35 for 2,000 meters with a score of, believe it or not, 5:34.7. Absolutely insane. The indoor rowing world records are just coming down all around us. I've asked Olli some questions, so hopefully I can make a similar video going into details about his 2,000 meter world record. So make sure you're subscribed for that. Let me know in the comments below what your 1K is looking like. Are you going to chase the rate like Logan, or are you going to go a little bit lower, or maybe use a different strategy altogether? We'll see you in the next one.